There are actually three ways of transmission between a carrier and an uninfected person. The first way is through vector, which is the female Anopheles mosquito. The second way is from mother to fetus through placenta. And finally, the third way is blood transfusion.
The malaria parasite's life cycle is very complex, involving many stages. As the mosquito feeds, malaria sporozoites enter into the human bloodstream. They quickly make their way to the liver and infect liver cells with the help of the circumsporozoite protein. The parasite develops into mature schizons, creating tens of thousands of merozoites, which burst out of the cell and journey back toward the bloodstream. They then infect healthy red blood cells, reproducing and eventually rupturing the cell, liberating more merozoites, which in turn go on to infect other cells, leading to the massive destruction of red blood cells. A few of the infected cells develop into gametocytes, which can remain in the bloodstream for several days and may be ingested by another mosquito during a subsequent feeding. Inside the mosquito, the gametocytes develop into new sporozoites. So now the human has infected the mosquito, the life cycle comes full circle and continues.
There are two ways biologically which we can control the spread of this disease, malaria. The first one is actually to kill the adult mosquitoes, and the second one is to control its breeding. Firstly, we can introduce a chemical which is known as an insecticide called dieldrin or DDT. But however, the mosquito has developed resistant strain against this insecticide. Besides, this insecticide also kills beneficial aquatic organisms and it accumulates in food chains. Secondly, control the breeding of mosquitoes. The biological control. Fish can be introduced into lakes or ponds where it can consume this mosquito larvae. But however, these fishes may eat other beneficial organisms in the lake. Besides that, we can also introduce a parasite known as Bacillus thuringiensis, where this parasite will feed on the mosquito larvae. But one advantage in using this parasite is that it will not affect the other wildlife. Secondly, spray oil. This spread over water surface to block the breathing tubes of the mosquito, which leads to their death. Last but not the least, drainage of stagnant water. Stagnant water should be thrown away and disposed. This helps to destroy the breeding of mosquitoes.
Listen, listen, and listen. A very good morning to all, and I'm sit here because I wanna share with you something which is very important, but many of us take it for granted. It is about on how to prevent the malaria. First of all, we know that malaria is caused by mosquitoes. So, by hook or by crook, you have to prevent yourself, your family, your relative, your friends, your area, your house, keep away from the mosquitoes. On how to do that, it is so simple. It's very simple. You can teach your children, your toddlers, your whatsoever to take it. First of all, make sure yourself to take the doors and window closed at times. Besides that, you have to cover your body by clothes, by suitable clothes, by wearing the long sleeve, by wearing the long jeans, because the exposed skin will be bitten by the mosquito. Besides that, you can use the mosquito net. You can buy that mosquito net at the Pasar Raya, Pasar Mini, or whatsoever with the cheap price. They don't sell it with the expensive, right? Okay, so you also can use the mosquito repellent. You can okay. Besides that, I think because to prevent the malaria is not our government's job, but it is our job also, society job, individual job. So we have to, we have to make sure that we hold up campaign twice a month to as a catalyst and momentum for the society to keep alert. But remind government also plays a very big responsibility to cure this problem. Okay, government has to give some funds to the scientists so that they could do more research about on how to prevent malaria, and also when they know something which is new, so they can manufacture new medicine, new advanced drugs. It is from our society also. Thank you.
Another biological factor of controlling malaria is by using prophylactic drugs, or also known as preventive drugs. There are two types of drugs. One is the common type, another one is the mefloquine drugs. Under the common, it can be subdivided into quinine, chloroquine. These two drugs helps to inhibit the protein synthesis and prevents the parasite from spreading in the body. But one disadvantage of using these drugs is that the mosquitoes can develop resistant strain against these drugs. Another type of drugs is the mefloquine. This mefloquine is effective against chloroquine-resistant plasmodium. But two disadvantages of using this drug is that it's very expensive and it can cause unpleasant side effects such as nausea, dizziness, diarrhea, vomiting, and headache.
Malaria is transmitted in tropical and subtropical areas where Anopheles mosquitoes can survive and multiply. Malaria parasites can thus complete their growth cycle in the mosquitoes. At temperature below 20 degrees Celsius, Plasmodium falciparum cannot complete its growth cycle in the Anopheles mosquito, and thus malaria cannot be transmitted. However, in warmer regions closer to the equator, transmission is more intense because malaria is transmitted year-round and Plasmodium falciparum predominates. According to the World Malaria Report 2011, malaria is prevalent in 106 countries of the tropical and semi-tropical world, with 35 countries in Central Africa bearing the highest burden of case deaths. Plasmodium falciparum, which causes most of the severe cases and deaths, is generally found in tropical regions such as Sub-Saharan Africa and Southeast Asia, as well as the Western Pacific, and in countries sharing the Amazon rainforest. Plasmodium vivax is common in most of Asia, especially Southeast Asia, and the Eastern Mediterranean, and in most endemic countries of the Americas. In many temperate areas, such as Western Europe and the United States, economic development and public health measures have succeeded in eliminating malaria. However, most of these areas have Anopheles mosquitoes that can still transmit malaria, and reintroduction of the disease is a constant risk.